Saturday evening, Gator fans. My name is Jay. Yeah, there it is. I'm sorry, I'm a little mind flustered because I have done this. This is the third take, and I hope I've turned my microphone on this time. However, where I've started twice, and this just gets shorter every time. In 2014, Jim Carrey gave a commencement speech at college graduation, and I'll paraphrase that he basically said, throw hope out the window and replace it with faith. And what I got out of that, my interpretation of that, is that faith will feed willpower a lot better than hope will. Hope can do a lot of things, but it won't feed willpower. Faith, however, can really do amazing things for you. When you have faith that not that you can hope that you do things, but when you have faith that you can do things, your willpower has that fuel. And so to our haters, to our Gator haters out there who say that we are treating this South Carolina win like a bowl win or a championship win, you're not completely wrong. And you're not wrong because, yes, we are treating it like that, but you should be very careful with your judgment, is because you don't know why we are treating that like a bowl win. You spend the last 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, however long you want to tolerate it, in our shoes, and you will see legitimate frustration. And I'm not talking about BS, you know, ball play. I'm talking about straight bullshit ball play over the last few years. Planning, execution, from the office to the field, it was infectious. It was just bad. And even to the point where you didn't know where games that were supposed to be given games at one time in our history were 50-50 games. And even this year, we're still seeing the effects of the 50-50 attitude. South Carolina should not be a 50-50 game. Arkansas should not be a 50-50 game. Georgia should be a 50-50 game. The old days of LSU, Auburn, should be 50-50 games. Not what we have considered fit. Vanderbilt, right? Going into the Vanderbilt game, our homecoming game this year, that to me felt like a 50-50 game because of last year. So, my point is that faith feeds willpower. And what we saw out of our Gators and the championship attitude that I felt was strictly on that. Because by the numbers, was it impressive? Probably not. There are other quarterbacks doing just as great things on a consistent level. There are receivers doing more consistent things or just as good things, putting up those numbers on a more consistent level. I just watched Duke, I think, get a pick here no, maybe it wasn't a pick. I think my eyes I'm sorry. Folks, this is a Gator show, not a Florida State Duke show. However, there is a good game over there, 2017 in Tallahassee right now, 9:39 left in the third quarter. I'm sorry, there's no Gator football on. However, willpower. That's what I saw out of the Gators. I saw the willpower not to lose, and that's important. That's very important in a championship team. Yeah, there are more pieces that need to be involved in being a winning team, but that's one of the more important. It wasn't a couple years ago, my 16-year-old, who's now 18, my middle son, challenged me to a one-on-one in our little 25-yard backyard football field. So we strapped on the cleats. What I brought, and again, not pretty, but what I brought to the table was a willpower, a dad's willpower. My dads will understand there is a willpower against your sons, especially dads of sons, that you will not lose certain things to your sons, that being one of them. So at 38 years old, I'm 40 now, so at 38 years old, I'm going against my middle son who's 16, stronger, faster, my height already. On paper, should have been, we played the first 1-10. It should have been 10-4 in favor of him on paper. But what he didn't bring to that little backyard 25-yard field was a willpower not to lose. And I suffered. I regretted it very shortly after and for a good while after. But not comparing myself to the Gators, that's exactly what they brought. That's what they showed, was a willpower not to lose. And that's something we haven't seen in a long time. And that's what gives me faith, not hope, going into Georgia. Excuse me. It's not the hope that we'll win at Georgia. There is no fuel there in hoping that we'll beat Georgia, right? But I can have some comfort in the faith that we have what it takes. We have the willpower not to lose. This is gonna be a great game on a fans level. I'm hoping it's a very good game. But as far as an offensive show, I don't think you're going to see a lot of show. It's not going to be pretty, right? So whoever wins this game, it's going to be an ugly one. That's my prediction. Florida, Georgia, ugly win for whoever it is that walks away with it. So that's what I'm taking. Faith forward, not hope. Faith that our Gators have what it takes to go to Jacksonville and compete with the Georgia Bulldogs in what I think is always the biggest game of the year, period. It means a little more this year, of course, with Tennessee going down to Alabama. I know it's very cliche to say the Gators are the bearers of their own fate, but they really are. And it starts in Jacksonville Saturday. Donnie B is going to join me Monday here as usual. We'll be here at 8 o'clock live. We don't have a game to break down, but I'm sure we have a lot to talk about going forward into the Florida-Georgia game. I'm very interested to hear what Donnie B has to say, especially with an off week, Georgia having an off week. A lot of factors. Brock Bowers. We're pretty hot and healthy as far as I know. So I hate cliches, and I'm going to use another one, but any given Saturday, and maybe that's a testament to some hope there that I have. But nevertheless, I've seen our Gators have what it takes. Will I be satisfied in their effort? Because I think if I dig down deep inside my soul as a Gator fan, Gator Nation, please let me know in the comments if you agree, is that there's a way that we can lose this game to Georgia, but I'm still happy with the execution and effort of our team. This is a number one team we're playing. We just beat South Carolina. They're I'm sorry, South Carolina, but they're nobody. Sorry, Shane. Sorry, Columbia, South Carolina. But you were saying it that, we were nobody to beat, Saturday, and you're not completely wrong. Saturday, this coming Saturday, a week from today, will be the true test of who the Gators are and what they have and that willpower they have. And I think there is a very small window in there where the Gators don't win the game, but I'm still happy with the play. Again, this is coming from my memory of just these gut-wrenching upsets over the last couple years or so. So my faith is there that we have it, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is a little hope playing a factor in. And I'm sorry, Jim Carrey. I hated to highlight you at the beginning of the show and now kind of go against exactly what you said. But I think there's room for both here. And that's where I'm putting mine. In other news, we got L.J. McCray. I'm sure you've heard it by now. It's been a few hours since that news was released. L.J. McCray, big 5-star commit, number 8 overall commit in the country. Top defensive lineman out of Mainland down in Daytona, coming to the Gators. That gives us 3 5-star commits, 14 4-star plus commits overall. That is proof right there that recruiting is working and that Coach Napier process is working. If the game last weekend wasn't a little bit of a testament to, we've got Leonard down for Duke, helmet off on the field. Sorry guys, but anyhow, we'll talk more about Georgia, Florida coming up Monday with Donnie B, 8 o'clock live. Again, hit that subscribe, and then your phone will let you know when we're going to be on. That is, if you like what we're doing. We're not for everybody. There are plenty of great Gator shows out there. High Top Sports I really fell in love with them here just recently. Shane's Big Show, Buddy Martin, I enjoy his show. So there's plenty of alternatives to this show that you can go get better news, but I enjoy doing this. Donnie B enjoys doing it with me. So we'll both see you Monday live here at 8. Go Gators.